there isn't much information of like what started your interest in acting. Like, and if it's a story that's been oft told, I'm sorry, but I couldn't find like the one quote that was like, I saw somebody and I decided, or somebody in my family.
To try to make it concise, it's this. I had seen the movie. I had no inkling to be an actor, nothing pointing my direction, nobody in my family, nothing in my culture. I hadn't even seen a play till I was like 15, 16 years old. But I saw the movie West Side Story, was captivated. I stayed in the theater at that time, and I'm sure it was the Olympic Theater in Cicero. Saw it probably 4 times in a row because as long as you stayed in your seat, they never kick you out. So I watched, thinking, this is fair. So like maybe
what was it about that that's so?
It was just because it was the music, the dancing, the urban thing. I grew up in inner city Chicago.
You see yourself
somewhat. Not that it was in a gang culture.
I get you, but it was like it was an identity.
Yeah, it was like a fantasy gang, and I'm thinking, I live on the streets like this. I have friends like this. We're like, wow, we never lived in a house. We always lived in apartments. I could relate to it. So sometime later, must have been within a year or so, there were signs at the high school saying auditions for West Side Story. I go, what the hell is that?
Oh, wow.
I already saw the movie. What are they making and I didn't know it was a play. They said, no, it's a play. It's a play? God, maybe, could it be possible? And I think, I'm going to try out for this play. So I learned.
So fantastic.
I go in, I audition. I didn't get the part. But I got up on stage.
See, that doesn't make for a good movie. You're supposed to get the part.
No, but in a way it was good because I got up, I sang the song, but I was only 15 years old. Yeah. I think I sing the song, Maria. I get to the last note, Maria. My voice hadn't even changed. And I got this applause, and I thought, man, nobody's ever applauded anything I've ever done before. And it was that moment. Yeah. I said to myself, I gotta pursue this.
Wow.
I'm gonna pursue this.
Was there anybody in the family who had a history with?
Nothing. No.
Wow.
Nothing. No. Once in a while, when I was growing up, they would say, "Joey, sing that Johnny Ray song,"
crying or
when no heartache. I was like at the birthday parties, I'd be the.
Did you know that whole thing about Johnny Ray, how he had hearing aids and all that?
I did.
That's such a crazy.
Yeah.
That's super deep Johnny Ray stuff.
Yeah, it is.
How he sang like that. Maybe that's why he sang like that, because he couldn't hear himself.
Him and Gene Pitney were like my 2 favorite singers back in the day.
Yeah.